Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we will discuss about one of the most prominent topic in Spring Boot, that is reactive programming using Spring Boot. First of all, let me look into the definition. Why reactive programming? See here, reactive programming is a programming paradigm that promotes an asynchronous, non-blocking, event-driven approach to data processing. Here, it is very clear that reactive programming is a asynchronous, non-blocking, event-driven approach for processing the data. Reactive programming involves modeling data and events as observable data streams and implementing data processing routines to react to the changes in those streams. Let me discuss a scenario, real-time scenario. Reactive programming is the answer to the question that how do I or anybody can handle more users. The reason for more users is because of heavy microservices, that we have number of microservices and more APIs. The more clients we have, the more demand on services that we need to handle. At some point, we run out of ability to handle more users, because for every user, there should be one thread. If the increase in users, we must have more threads. The number one reason is we don't have more threads. In general, threads are linked to users. For every user, we have one thread. This is the problem that arises when we have more users. There should be an increase in threads. This is all because of using traditional blocking and synchronous IO. That is a traditional approach. For that, there is a remedy that is reactive programming, which is asynchronous IO. It is an idea instead of blocking and a traditional approach that waiting for the data, we simply request for the data and get off from there, from that thread. We don't need to wait for the response until it comes. The data comes eventually in an interrupted and callback manner, and we make another at the same time for another thread. So for all these things, for all this, to build reactive applications, we have Spring Reactive Framework, so-called WebFlux, introduced in Spring 5 version, Spring Boot 2.0. That is the baseline for Spring 5. See here, in the reactive style of programming, we make a request for the resource and start performing other things. That is what we have discussed now. When the data is available, we get the notification along with the data in the form of callback. The response will come back in a callback manner. In the callback function, we handle the response as per application and user needs. See here, Spring WebFlux is a reactive stack web framework. Like in traditional approach, we have Spring MVC. Like that, in reactive framework, we have Spring WebFlux. Spring WebFlux provides reactive async non-blocking programming support for web applications in an annotated controller format similar to Spring MVC. That's what. This approach is similar to Node.js that uses async non-blocking model, which helps make it more scalable, because those means it is similar to that of Node.js. Spring WebFlux moves away from the thread per request blocking model in traditional Spring MVC and moves towards a multiple event loop async non-blocking with Netty. What is Netty? Netty is a non-blocking server, runs all requests asynchronously on a single thread. Non-blocking paradigm with back pressure that is more scalable and efficient than traditional blocking code. See here,
This is the image. We have Spring Web Flux that uses Project Reactor. What is Project Reactor? Reactor is the Spring's implementation of the reactive specification favored by Web Flux framework. The idea is to operate asynchronously with back pressure using publishers and subscribers. Reactor is a reactive stream library and therefore all its operations supports non-blocking back pressure. Spring Web Flux have two publishers, Mono and Flux. Mono is a publisher that publishes the data of type T that produces 1 or 0 or 1 record. It supports asynchronous processing with back pressure. Flux is a publisher of a sequence of events of a specific POJO type. So it is generic. It is a publisher and produces a data of type T. Let me discuss an example on this. New Java class, employee, dot model, keep it in the model package. Private, I'm taking string ID, private string name. That's all. I'm annotating this with @ of data, @ of document, document, @ of all args, @ of no args, and also annotate this with @ of ID. That's all. Java class. In the Java class, I am creating the employee controller. I want to annotate this with @ of REST controller. I want to discuss a simple example. Public. I want to insert some records by using Flux. Public Flux of type employee. I want to load the data when the application starts. @ of event listener, application ready event dot class. Flux of type, no, right, flux dot just I am inserting few names. Anish, Mark, John, few names. Press Alt Enter, introduce local variable, names, I want to map, this each name.
I want to map this each name into a new reservation, into a new employee, ID.
I am taking it as null and name as name. Name as name. Dot flat map. I am saving this into this dot repository. Let me create the repository. Keep this in the controller. New package, repository, new Java class, interface, employee, repository. That extends React to CRUD repository that takes employee comma string as a primary key, and I am injecting this here. Private employee repository, and I am auto wiring this. That's all. This dot repository, by using method reference I am saving. I am saving. Now return employee flux. Completed. Let me run the application and check that the data is inserted or not. Control Shift F10. Okay, the application has started. Let me open the Compass, MongoDB Compass, and let me refresh the data. See here, employee, sorry, now let me rerun, Control F5. Let me rerun the application. Name I had taken it as a string, that's why in the database it is inserted as a string. Now let me check Compass. See here, the record has been inserted. John, Anish, Mark, John. The names has been inserted. See, let me run it once again. Rerun. Control F5. See here, the application has started, and let me check another time in the database what it is. John, Anish, Mark, Anish, John, Mark. When I run the application twice, the record has inserted again. The data has been inserted 2 times. If I run the application 3rd time, the data will be inserted again like that the data repeatedly inserted into the database again and again. This is the problem with the React programming. In order to clear this drawback, what we have to do is, in order to clear this situation, this drawback, what we have to do is, here this dot repository dot delete all, it will delete the data that has already there in the database, and it will insert the data newly when the application has started. Delete all dot then many, it will take a publisher, employee, flux, it will insert into the database dot then many, then many, in that this dot repository dot find all. That means it will delete the data which is there in the database, everything, and after deleting everything it will insert the data newly again, and after inserting it will fetch the data from the database dot I want to subscribe and log that from the database into the console by logging. For that, what I will do is, log4j2 subscribe, log method reference, info, that will log everything into the console. That's all. Now let me rerun the application. See here, the data is logged here. Anish, Mark, John. Let me refresh. This is that. After this, what I will do is, I will simply do some operations. Public flux employee get all employees. That takes nothing but returns repository dot find all. I want to make this as at the rate of get mapping all employees. Public mono, that returns single employee. Get employee by ID, get employee by ID, that takes string ID at the rate of path variable ID. Return repository dot find by ID, pass the ID, find by ID, pass the ID. That's it. Annotate this with at the rate of get mapping get single slash ID. After this, public mono, that takes the single employee, update employee, return repository dot save employee at the rate of request body. Annotate this with put mapping update employee. After this, public mono, that takes void delete employee, string id by using the id, return repository dot delete by id and pass the id. That's all. At the rate of delete mapping, delete slash and pass the id at the rate of path variable slash id. Public mono single employee save data. I am saving the data that takes the employee at the rate of request body return repository dot save employee. That is post mapping save employee. That's all. Now we will look into all these operations. Let me rerun the application. Control F5. Let me open the Postman. Annotate here with request mapping slash employee data control F5. Control F5. That will rerun again. Meanwhile, what I will do is let me open the Flux let me open the employee repository, React to CRUD. In that React to CRUD publisher, see here we have two publishers, which is Flux and Mono. Here we have publisher. Publisher is a part of React to streams that publishes data which is a single item or multiple items of type T, publishes to subscriber. See here we have the subscriber interface subscriber, and we have few methods: on subscribe, on next, on error, on complete. When the subscriber consumes the data, is given the next data in on next method. Subscribers consumes the data and pass it to the next one by using the and pass the data to the next by using the on next method. after subscribing. When there are any errors, those are passed into the on error method. When the subscriber has done processing data, on complete method is called. So these are callbacks that are called by the publisher on the subscriber. See, we have the on subscriber, we have subscription. When we subscribe to a publisher, we have given a subscription. When we subscribe to a publisher, from the Flux and Mono, we will get the data. Those are publishers. From the publishers, we will get the data. When we subscribe the data, that means when we are getting the data, we will get a subscription. The producer of data pushes the data to us asynchronously. That means we no need to get the data forcefully. The producer will push the data asynchronously. The request allows the subscriber to request more records from the producer. This is the request method. It allows the subscriber to request more records from the producer. It allows the subscriber to ask the producer to slow down its data. It's called flow control. This is also called as back pressure. It allows the subscriber to ask the producer to slow down its data. To slow down, it's called flow control. This is also called as back pressure. We have the employee controller. In that employee controller, what I am doing is, we have few methods that we will run. Localhost. First we will use the get method. Employee data, all employees. Copy. All employees. See here, we got the 200 OK response, and this is the data that is there in the database. Let me save the data into the database. See here, let me copy this. Copy body raw JSON format. I'm just Anish John with ID 22. I'm just saving. Post, and it is save employee. Save employee. See here, we got 200 OK response. It is saved into the database. See here, 22 John in the MongoDB Compass. After this, we will get the single ID. With the ID 22, get. See here, we get the ID 22, employee with the ID 22. Now we will update. will update John, Matthew. For update I am using the put. See here, 200 OK response, John, Matthew. Let me check it in the database. See here, John, Matthew. After this, delete operation, delete slash 22. Delete slash 22. Delete. See here, 200 OK response. The record has been deleted from the table. 22 has been with the ID 20, employee with the ID 22 has been deleted. Let me make an event by using a reactive programming. In the model class, I am taking another class. Employee event. Data. Document. Quadox. Private. No need of this. Private. Employee. Private. Date. From Java till date. Now what I will do is, I will open the controller, I will create one method. Public flux employee event get events. That returns repository dot find all. That means it will get the data from the database and it will display the data in the UI with a gap of, with each record with a gap of 3 seconds by using reactive streams. Find all dot flat map for each employee. What I am doing is, for each employee flux dot interval duration of seconds 3 alt enter, introduce local variable interval flux dot from stream, that will take the stream dot generate. Internally it will take the supplier, that means it doesn't return anything, supplier, and it will create a new new employee event object, and it will take a employee comma new date object. Okay. All logs. What I'm doing is now flux dot zip that takes the publisher. I'm passing the both interval comma assign statement to new local variable alt enter comma employee event flux that takes map tuple to get to. That means it will combine everything and it will produce them and displays them on the console. Alt enter, introduce local variable, flux employee event, copy and return it. That's all. At the rate of get mapping slash events comma value produces okay. Purchases, media type dot text event stream value control F5 stream value. See here, the data is displaying with a gap of 3 seconds from the database. That's all for this video by using React to Streams. Thank you.